Good afternoon. My name is Austin. I just got back from the theater, the Regal Cinemas Theater in Garden Grove. I'm home now, and I'm going to get into the review of Pete's Dragon, 2016 Pete's Dragon. And I just want to start with when the movie began. It starts with the boy Pete. He's with his family, his mother and his father, and they get in an auto accident, which, okay, spoiler alert, excuse me. Spoiler alert, dad avoids a deer or an elk, whatever, some animal, you know, he avoids an animal, and dad loses control of the car, and they overturn into the woods, and somehow, Pete survives unscratched, without any scratches or bruises. Well, because that's the way Disney does its thing. But he goes further. He ventures further into the woods. He meets the dragon, Elliot. Well, he eventually names him Elliot, but he he names. Let me change the chair because this sun is getting on my nerves. Oh God, I guess this. Well, I guess these fucking roommates like to do what they like when they have the place to themselves, right? Fuck. Shit. Hold on a second. Roommates. Life got to be good without them, right? But, you know, no, my roommates are cool. It's just other people in this dwelling. They seem to live in their own world. They have no inclination of the world that's outside of their head. But back to what I'm doing. Well, he survives, and I must say, the scene that where Elliot and Pete meet and how they connect is just, it brought tears to my eyes. Like, yeah, a little tears doesn't hurt every now and then. And into the movie, well, you have there's a narration after the big title comes on the screen, Pete's Dragon. You know, you hear narration from, Robert Redford's voice. In the voiceover, he narrates the tale of the dragon, and he uses the tale as a way to scare the local kids. You know, old man. Old man on the tree stump campfire type thing, and he, and then Bryce Dallas Howard. She's a park ranger, forest ranger. She's his daughter, and they get into a little debate, like Redford's like, oh, because you, not because you haven't seen it means it's not there, and not because, and then Bryce Dallas Howard, she's like, kind of like, oh, not because you say it's there means it's there, and that kind of debate, and excuse me, I'm very thirsty. But then you have, she goes to work, and you have Pete and Elliot the Dragon doing their usual shenanigans that they've been doing for the past 6 years, and somehow, well, they take somehow, Bryce Dallas Howard in her work, the course of her work, she reaches the part of the forest that Elliot and Pete live in, they dwell in, they survive in, and Pete, he hides behind the bushes. He's all wild looking. He has wild long hair, very dirty, and has like ripped clothes tied around his waist. Very Tarzan looking kid, and he lurks behind the bushes. Sees Dallas Bryce Dallas Howard's character, or her name is Grace. Grace, in the course of her work, inspecting things, inspecting the area, and there's this bulldozer where she's engaged to Jack, played by Wes Bentley of the Hunger Games fame, and and she takes the key out of the caterpillar and throws it in the dirt, and in the process she loses a compass watch that her father gave her, Robert Redford gave her when she was a kid, into dirt. So Elliot runs out, and he was a very fast runner, and he runs out and picks up the compass and puts it around his neck, and then takes the key, and he has Elliot comes along, and he has Elliot smell the key and smell the compass, and Elliot, I don't know what's with the smell of the keys and the compass, but Elliot just gives this big sneeze and just a snot, and kind of has this slight snot over Pete, and it was very funny. People burst out laughing, and the next day, a few days later, the next couple days, is like you have Wes Bentley. He's into lumber. He's into lumber and logwood and chopping down trees, and with his brother Caleb, played by Carl Urban, and they go out, and Carl Urban on his own cuts way deep into the forest, right where near Pete and Elliot dwells, and they one thing leads to another. Wes Bentley comes. He brings his daughter along, and she sees Elliot in the shadows and the bushes, and she follows him to where they climb up this tall lash tree, and they both lose their control. They fall branch to branch to branch, but somehow land on the ground. They're not dead, because again, that's Disney for you. And they hear her scream. So Bryce Dallas Howard and Wes Bentley, they come running to see what's with the girl, and then they discover Elliot, and they take Elliot into care because, well, he's untamed, man. So let's take him to the hospital and get social services involved. And so next is that but somehow Elliot makes a sound, and so so Carl Urban and his buddies, they decide to wander around the woods with guns, with rifles, sniper rifles, and oh yeah, let's go hunting. And then they come across Elliot, and like Elliot, it's like really goofy stuff, but they somehow feel threatened by him. But and they run to the truck, and Elliot like uses his strength, pulls the truck, and then stymies the truck, and then Carl Urban and flying out the back of the flatbed of his truck and into the mud, and then he smells. Elliot smells Carl Urban's scent, and then there's a huge sneeze, and there's this just nothing but gigantic snot covering Carl Urban, and again the audience just busts out into chuckles and laughter, and he runs like, oh, he tries to tell Wes Bentley, he runs to town. Wes Bentley, he tells Wes Bentley, oh, the dragon's real, and like Wes Bentley is like, yeah, and like, oh, you don't believe me? I can't believe that my own family. That's what Carl Urban's character says. And then next, the entire time while they were traveling to the town, the dragon was flying, hovering into the sky, tracking Carl Urban's truck. And so the movie is basically Carl Urban decides, well, okay, I'm going to go get this dragon and capture it and prove that it's real. In the meantime, Elliot draws, has a drawing Pete has a drawing of Elliot, and shows it to Bryce Dallas Howard, and then Bryce Dallas Howard ends up conferring over it with Robert Redford, and then they go to the woods to see Elliot. Well, okay, that's getting too much into spoilers, but I had a good time with this film. The first change that interested me in this film is not this songy, dancey Morning in America. When I saw the trailers, it's not the songy, dancey Morning in America bullshit like the 70s Pete's Dragon with Mickey Rooney. Again, is one of my least favorite stars of old Hollywood. But I had a good time with this movie, and the rating I'd give it is a classic. Yes, that's right. On this channel, it's my first review where I give the movie a verdict of classic. So that's my review. Be sure to comment below and share your thoughts and questions, and please click the like button. And you have a good one.